This is what editing is
It
for.
kind of goes together like a puzzle piece, you know?
It's like a bibble bubble.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Alright.
What?
What? No, but I don't know what the fuck you mean by bibby or bubble.
It's a
What
bibble
are you
bubble.
saying? What?
Okay. Oh god, now I need to come up with a thing on the fly.
Start talking now. Do it.
Hello,
We are
everybody,
wasting
and
time!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bachmann, Thomas, and Friends Roundtable. Today, we will be talking about the 2023 catalog announcements from Bachmann. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at the screen, but I'm pretty excited. How about y'all?
Trains.
Well, N scale is very small.
I'm here.
Is that it?
Yes.
Small,
Yes,
small,
yes,
teeny
we
weeny
are.
weeny.
Teeny weeny.
God. So, for those who aren't in the Railway Series Book Club Discord, join the Discord.
Join the Discord.
You might have heard. Mari has recently left the podcast. She's not dead to us. She just needed to, leave the podcast, and it's cool.
Yeah.
We all wish her the best. But the podcast is going to be on hiatus for a little while as we, just kind of figure out the new direction going forward.
Rest in peace.
But since this is like a time-sensitive thing, we are doing this with help from some of our friends.
And Ross.
And me.
So let's introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Jamie, the Queen of Sodor, hostess with the mostest, resident N-scale dweeb, resident Bottleman dweeb,
Resident dweeb.
pronouns she, her. Huh?
Just resident dweeb in general.
Resident dweeb in general, yeah. How about you?
Hello, I'm Vivian. I'm she, they. I'm the British one, and I am slowly developing my own obsession with Bachmann, but specifically the hate show stuff.
Yes. Yes.
I need to silence my phone.
Oh no.
Hi.
I guess, why don't you introduce yourselves too?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So moving into the announcements.
Well, I'm Andrew, better known as Andrew Von Chairlord of Twitter.com, who actually has barely been on Twitter.com recently.
Good.
That's
Good choice.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
it's for the best. Pronouns they she. Today I woke up at like 10 a.m. and by God did I feel more rested than ever.
I'm proud of
Good
you.
for
You can believe it.
You were
It's
mentally
a Saturday,
You were
once
mentally
again.
checked out in the call last night.
I was.
So
I don't even remember half of
I-
what fucking happened.
I joined I ended up joining the call. I saw you in the chat for calls asleep, and I joined it to try and wake you up, but then I couldn't after 2 minutes, so I just left.
Did you try playing any loud noises?
I didn't. I just tried talking. I felt like if I tried to play a loud noise with the bot or whatever, that might that wouldn't be nice. So
No. That would be effective. Remember that for next time. Because
Okay.
there will be a next time.
Be
I
better.
fucking guarantee it. Do better!
Percy rather hoped there wouldn't be a next time.
We also have a new
and our,
we have a new
and our
friend.
and the fourth of our friends.
I'm Ross, also known as the Austerity Engine. Hear him? I'm nervous.
You don't have to be nervous. We're
Yeah.
all shit here.
Yeah. You are among friends.
You are among
Among
us.
us.
friends who are dweebs about
Among
toy
us.
trains.
You are among us. Yes.
Among us.
Among Us.
God damn it.
Railway Series Book Club Among
So-
Us playthrough coming soon.
Yeah.
Among Us.
So I'm pretty sure the last time we recorded one of these, we talked about our various relationships to Bachmann Trains, Bachmann Industries LLC or whatever. But since we have two new people with us, why don't you just quickly go over what your relationship to Bachmann, Thomas, model railroading, etc. is?
Does it matter who starts?
No.
Alright. I got the Thomas set for Christmas when I was like 2 years old, along with A Troublesome Truck, and because I was 2 years old, I immediately grabbed Thomas and like chewed the couplings off of him with my like little baby teeth. And I still have that Thomas. It's in bits. And I have like 2 other Bachmann Thomases now. One of which is going to be the sacrifice to a new body shell. And through the years, I was able to amass Fat Controller's engines numbered 1 through 7. All of these have broken in some way. Toby is now the only one out of all the like original engines I got the first run through that still runs, and even so, barely.
Isn't that in keeping with him, though?
Yeah.
Everybody else falls apart, and he's the only one still going.
Yeah.
Either him or Edward, you know?
Well, Edward doesn't have the best track record with that. He keeps going, but he doesn't typically stay
he
in
does
one
also
piece.
fall apart very regularly.
He did break himself. Like, canonically.
Yeah.
I've got Donald and Douglas, and I've got Diesel, and I've got Scarloey. They're all fine, and I've got a new Henry. And Daisy. Actually, I just remembered that I have Daisy.
Yeah,
I got Daisy.
You told us a funny story about you getting Daisy.
I did indeed. How I got Daisy at full fucking RRP at a model shop with some friends. And I asked, "Hey, should I get Daisy? Like right now?" And the responses were yes, and well, at least you won't have to pay for shipping. So I blew $150 on Daisy. I think I was mind broken for the rest of the day.
I think she's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, Daisy's cool.
Daisy is very cool.
You know. What about you, Ross?
So I'm from the UK, so I'd never really grew up with Bachmann.
All right, y'all haven't had this for a long time.
Yeah, I first found out about it when I first got internet, and I was like, oh shit, Thomas trains that look like the characters. So, I mean, I've got a few since then. I've got I've got Thomas Edward engines 5 through 8. Just a bunch of them, really, I guess. Like some of the 009, all of the 009 ones so far, actually.
Oh, cool.
Mavis, Rosie, yeah.
Mavis
I just kind of collect
Mavis
bits and
Rosie.
bobs.
What?
You both ate each other's sentences.
I said nothing of substance, don't worry.
Yeah, so what did you say, Ross?
Find
Well,
out
I
on
just
the
collect the
recording.
bits and bobs of it, really. So,
Well, yeah, you know, it's a fun way to interact with model trains, just to like getting your faves and
I
hanging
finally
out.
got my favourite. He finally came out.
Well, good for him. Did his parents support him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the company's probably been absorbed by several of the companies by this point.
True.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Bachmann 2023 announcements. It's pretty thin this year. You know, I think most people have kind of like assessed this year as a quality over quantity year. More so for HO. For 009 and large scale, it's more of a nothing over anything kind of year, and for N scale, it is both quality and quantity. So it's mostly just a catch-up year, because they have so many fucking things that they need to catch up on. It makes sense that they're, you know, not gonna announce, like, 5 new engine tools in HO.
They've got a lot of shit in production right now.
Yeah. So, let's start going over that, starting with, we have slides now!
We do!
You know, we had a slideshow in the last episode, but we didn't end up using it, because I didn't have a lot of time to, like, prettify it. But, since we've been preparing for this in advance, now this is a show, I made these look cool. So, there are some general updates. First of which being, Doug Blaine said live on stream, we're not going to be doing any model-only engines like Stepney at this time. We hope you're looking forward to Rebecca. Which is so powerful.
This is me being a little bit fucking overzealous. There's a word I'm thinking of, but I can't think of it. Essentially, he said, "I'm sorry, we can't go and get you a 5-star restaurant. Here's a pile of dog shit."
What?
I would okay.
I said I was being overly fucking silly with that. I don't hate Rebecca.
Don't be facetious.
Don't be facetious.
I like Stepney a lot, and he made me sad.
Yeah, I understand. It makes sense for this to be a stance for them to be taking right now, just because, it is true. There are a lot of characters in the CGI series that they can do over Stepney or Boko, etc.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Or,
Stanley. Mainland Diesel. Fernando.
That's kind of the problem, I guess, is just that there's not really anyone that anyone wants anymore.
I want Den and Dart.
They've kind of
Den and Dart would be really good to have, actually.
Yeah, there's Stanley. I used to be very against Porter, but now that I know that his voice actor in the US was gay, I kind of want Porter now.
Wait, what?
Yeah, did you not hear about that?
Yeah, David Mencken put out an article on an LGBT gaming site a while back talking about being a gay voice actor, and I saw that. It was apparently he was in Xenoblade or something, which is how I saw that, because one of my friends who's into Xenoblade retweeted it, and I was like, oh shit! That's Porter!
No, okay, so I have a lot of friends who are really into Xenoblade, and occasionally they will just message me with a picture of a Xenoblade character and a picture of a Thomas character, and just the caption, "What the fuck?" I had that with Scotsman. I had it with the fact there's a character called Nia.
Oh yeah, she's a cat girl.
Yeah, and she's Welsh.
And she's Welsh. Yeah, Welsh cat girl.
The best
good shit.
The best kind of cat girl.
That is a brilliant combination, actually.
I would like Porter if he is not terribly scaled.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing, is that just Porter in the show is just so fucked.
He does look
by
cool.
the fact he's so...
He looks very cool.
He does look cool. He's also very low to the ground,
Yeah.
and it's a bit scary trying to think of how they mount a coupling there. Speaking of American engines, Bo is confirmed to just be one of Bachmann's newly tooled 440s, just with a face stuck on the front. So he's not going to have moving eyes.
He's the first HO scale non-narrow gauge character to not have moving eyes.
Yeah. And as confirmed in the catalog, Rebecca does have moving eyes, so... I guess I just forgot to put that in, because all the other locos in the NMRA weren't ones that had moving eyes. They just forgot for Rebecca, but, it is a shame that they're still insisting on this being a thing, but it makes sense, because, it is popular with kids.
It makes the money.
Yeah. And also, speaking of people who buy Bachmann trains, as of January 2022, the Bachmann forums are back online. Andrew, please insert the thing I have told you to insert in the notes here.
Got you. And I'll edit that bit out, too.
If it's funnier, you can keep
Every
it in.
Every time Jamie asks you to put something in, put something entirely different in.
Yeah, that'd be...
Oh, no.
No, I like this idea, actually. You will only find out what I've actually put in, but on the final render.
Oh my god. Anyway, during the process of updating the Bachmann forums, they lost all the posts that were made after July 2021. How the fuck do you do that?
Incompetence, presumably.
That is a hell of a fumble. Good lord.
At the very least, it means that, they lost a bunch of stupid shit from 2022, but, I don't know. I find it very funny. And, Bachmann Forum is gonna Bachmann Forum,
Yeah. As much as we wish it wouldn't.
Hopefully they... Yeah, I wish they would be less sexist, but that's about it. So yeah, that's all the general updates. Let's take a quick review of what's still in Bachmann's pipeline. Everything bolded here is stuff that has changed since last time. A lot has changed since last time, because a lot of stuff actually released. Scruffy and N-Scale, first of all, who I have and I love. He is amazing. I love him. I'm so happy they keep bringing Scruffy back.
I got the Hornby Scruffy, just because the Bachmann Scruffy's face makes me a little bit sad.
Yeah, I find it weird that they use the singing face and not, like, any of the faces they actually used in the show. Like, that's weird,
Is it
right?
meant to be him singing?
They
Is that
picked
what it
the
is?
one face that they didn't use. Huh?
Is the face meant to be him singing?
It says so on, like, some kind of RGG concept.
Yeah,
art sheet.
his sketches for the faces.
Huh. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Also released recently in N-Scale is the Percy and the Troublesome Truck set. Cool. Sure.
The return of a
I
classic.
can't even say this is such a why did they decide to do this item, because kind of makes sense given how popular of a seller Percy's been among 009 vultures, but also, it's not the most why are they doing the set in N-Scale anymore, but we'll get to that.
Well, what is the most
me-
why they're doing this?
Me and Ross.
When we get to
the
it.
Emily set that we're gonna get to later.
So me and Ross have gone to several train shows together, and the amount of times that at those shows I have seen absolutely decimated Tomex Percy's has made me so sad.
God, poor Percy. He's they keep stealing his legs.
I remember very distinctly, there was a guy who had, he was showing off, like, conversions of Percy and the Bachmann Skarloey.
Ah.
I don't know why this has always stuck with me, but he was talking to another guy at the show. It's like, oh yeah, the Percy came with a surprised face. I'll tell you what, he was bloody surprised when I took a knife to him.
That's amazing.
I was like, oh god! Percy, no!
Poor little guy.
Oh no!
I think you were there for that, weren't you, Russ?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was. I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Yeah.
Speaking of 009, this was something they announced on the Thomas Tuesday live stream right after we uploaded the last part. But apparently they were supposed to put this in with this year's announcements. Not this year's. They were supposed to put this in with the NMRA announcements, but then didn't. And then it released within the year. A new livery for the HO Slate Wagons, except it's not a new livery, it's just a new road number. And it sure is just there.
Yep.
What's the new number?
178. Before they had unnumbered 101 and like 130 something. I think.
Why is it always 10 something?
I don't know. Maybe it's a reference to something to do with Talclin.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
don't-
surprised
don't-
if it's just numbers.
Doesn't the Taliflin number their wagons with, like, a separate single-digit numbering system?
I don't know.
Well, I know they do number them separately, but it's not always necessarily single digit, because they've got a lot more wagons than just 9.
Yeah.
I don't think they have 100 wagons, though. I think they have 170-something wagons. I don't think they have the room for that.
Well, it could be that the first one is 100, the second one was 101.
Maybe.
Like, it just starts at base 100
Yeah,
and goes up
might
from there.
be.
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure the, the Cantonese Sussex does something similar.
Yeah.
The Cantonese sus?
Oh my god. Anyway, moving on. 4 releases in HO, one of which came out actually, like, at the very end of January this year. Red Express coaches, the new ones, that's out now.
Oh, yeah.
The HO Explosives fan came out last month, just barely. The new version of Tidmouth Sheds and the unbranded 5-Bay Roundhouse, those are both out now. And that's all that's actually been released from the past year. Most of this is stuff that was promised at the beginning of 2022. I think the only thing that wasn't is the Red Express coach, not Red Express coach. At the beginning of last year, this is all stuff that was promised then, except for Scruffy, which was 2021, and a Slight Wagon, which was
How has Scruffy taken 2 years to
that's
come out?
that's pretty good.
How?
You know?
Listen, it takes time for people to come to terms with themselves. You can't rush Scruffy.
Yeah. Well, to be fair to Scruffy, it only took like a year compared to most locomotives where it's 2 years. So, you know...
He did come out faster than Peter Sam. I will give him that.
Yeah, faster than Peter Sam. Faster than Rebecca will too, probably. Anyway, we have stuff that's still in painted sample stages. You know, the new stuff here are the narrow gauge box fans and brake fans. Engage Toby, who is amazing. I need him right now. I really want to know when he's supposed to ship. I tried to ask in the last Train World stream, and it got ignored. Same thing with the thing about Henrietta having a face. I'm very nervous about that. I'm hoping we'll get an update on that soon. We got an update on Ryan, which is that apparently should be made right now, and they're basically just, you know, he's either waiting to go on a boat or already on a boat, so we'll just have to see in the next couple months.
And then I have to wait for him to get imported by Tootly Thomas before I can get him.
Yep. There's also, we still haven't gotten Salty or the new large-scale vans or the museum coaches yet.
Genuinely don't understand how Salty's taking so long.
I can't help but wonder if, like, the reception to Stamped On Lamps has delayed him. Because, like, if they considered him good when they were showing him to us, but hadn't started production yet, and then got back word that people really don't like the printed on lamps, maybe they'd go back and fix it, but I don't know, maybe that's too optimistic.
I mean, I can
Yeah,
kind of see
the lamp
it.
stamp, tramp stamp.
Yeah, the lamp stamp, tramp stamp.
Yeah.
So, other new painted samples include the HO versions of the Brendan Bay shipping van and the Mr. Jolly Chocolate Factory van. Those look really good, just like they do in large scale. I really like them. I don't remember when this was announced, but we didn't include it in the last episode, but I'm including it now just because it's relevant, I guess, is the Easy Track European uncoupling piece that they're doing, which, you know, is made to go with Thomas and Friends stuff, so that's neat, I guess. And then there's also painted samples for Toad, and already painted samples for an announcement this year is the new N-Scale box fans, which we'll cover a bit later, but I'm very excited.
You're
for
really
those.
eating this year.
I really am. You know, it's like in the first slide. We're winning fat stacks in Vegas.
Yes! Yes!
Toad's painted sample looks really good. I'm really hoping they do what they did with the UK version of Toad, where they actually give the printing on both sides, because it's really stupid the CGI model doesn't have printing on both sides.
Yeah.
It's because they based it off the actual prop only having the lettering on the one side.
I hate that.
By that
Yeah,
point,
and it was
It
stupid
does
there
suck.
too.
it is stupid.
And I hope they take the liberty to fix that for N-Scale. And there are only 2 new tooling samples right now, which are Emily's Coaches, which I'm surprised did not make an appearance at the latest stream, although there was a lot of, you know, sample action going on, so it makes sense they might have got lost in the shuffle. We'll probably see him next when they get painted samples. And then Gordon, who had a whole stream dedicated to him, and looks awesome!
Everybody was expecting him to not have full rods, but he does.
He does, and they're beautiful! I can't wait for them to fucking upload the running video of the sample separately, because it it's a thing of beauty, and I desperately need to see it outside of the laggy stream environment.
I think it's genuinely the best Gordon merch that there's ever been, really.
He might be, you know?
Honestly,
like, if Tomex had done
tracks.
Gordon, that might have held that title, but, like, you know? Yet another way in which Bachmann outclasses Tomex.
Do you think there's just a pile in some Takara Tomy warehouse of failed Gordon prototypes?
Maybe, I don't know. Like
he was in those catalogs.
It makes it sound like they
for
wanted
so
to do
long.
him. Yeah, like, what the fuck was their deal?
Surely
Like-
they must have produced something.
We'll probably end up seeing
Yeah.
them someday through some weird random auction like the Tool Mike. And,
Yeah.
It'll be like the fucking Kelly toy Big the Cat.
Oh my god. Well, I think Takara Tomy, I feel like, holds on to a lot of this stuff, but occasionally stuff does get out. Like, a while back, someone sold, like, a wooden buck that they used to make the original Beyblade Tornado Attack Stadium, which was interesting. Yeah. You know, some people on WBO tried to acquire it to make a reproduction. Turns out it didn't work quite right for that, so they kind of abandoned that. I don't know where it is now or who
They
has
blew it
it,
up.
but, like, it's out there, and it's pretty cool that it's... They blew it up! God. But yeah, Gordon looks amazing. I'm very happy. Really hope Henry gets announced soon so they can make use of that same chassis. But, you know, I'm good. You know, we're eating good even without Henry right now. Anyway, moving on. More stuff that's still in the Bachmann pipeline. This is all the stuff that hasn't reached any public milestone yet. So, you know, there's DCC, Sound, Thomas and Percy, which I think, as of this catalog, do have prices now. They're like $200-something.
Haven't they been in the catalog for like
they put
5
DCC in
years?
They've been in there since the 2021 catalog, and the reason they've taken so long is that the crypto boom caused a shortage in microchips, so it's been harder.
Yet
to make that
another
work
thing
out.
crypto has ruined.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, still no samples for the figure packs. You know, apparently they're still working hard on these, but I think they bit off more than they can chew, so it's going to take a
They
while
did
to
announce 6 separate
see a lot of this
packs at
materialize.
once.
Yeah,
So-
I
okay,
think they really should have just done the Hat family and the Northwestern personnel first and done the rest later.
So,
It's like, this is a lot.
Who can someone like run by me like who's like gonna be in like the figure packs?
Okay,
again?
so we're
'Cause
getting
I don't remember.
We're getting the Hat family, right?
Okay,
So
so that includes
So that's-
that the is Loam there?
no, unfortunately.
Loam is not there, but they do have Dowager.
They do.
Hat. It's Sir Topham,
Okay.
Lady Hat, Stephen,
All right.
Bridget, and Dowager.
Okay, Dowager hat, Dowager.
I had a terrible nightmare last night that they released all the packs, but to save on costs, they took Dowager Hat out of the Hat family pack, and it was the biggest fandom tragedy.
No!
Oh
No!
oh no!
I love the idea
Oh,
that
no.
you get so emotionally invested in Bachmann Dowager Hat that you had a nightmare that she wouldn't be real.
Oh.
So yeah, we're getting the Hat family. We're getting a set of Northwestern personnel in like the blue coat and hat and stuff. We're getting Miss Jenny, from what I remember.
No,
Are
we're
we
not.
not? I think I got gaslit.
No, we're getting teacher with school children.
Damn. I want Miss Jenny.
Yeah. God. Yeah, they should have had Miss Jenny in the launch lineup, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck cares about the teacher with school
I think
children?
Percival?
Yep.
Yes, we have a
Percival,
Scarloey Railway
yeah.
personnel, or it's just called narrow gauge personnel, but it looks like it's going to be Mr. Percival plus... They used a picture from season 12 which had his wife, so maybe that's going to include his
Are
kids
we
too,
going to
but,
get his
like,
kids where like one of them is very obviously adopted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that might be Mr. Percival, Miss Percival, and maybe, like, some workmen. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like that's the most vague one we have here.
I think we're getting
And then we also have Farmer McColl
Yeah.
with Katie the sheepdog and sheep, and Farmer Trotter with pigs. Because we
Okay.
absolutely had to get Farmer Trotter in our launch lineup.
admittedly, I am
Yeah.
quite happy that we're getting Katie the sheepdog.
Yeah, Farmer McCool makes sense. It's cool to get merch of Katie Sheepdog too.
Well, yeah, I
We
mean,
did not need Farmer Trotter.
No,
you see, we do need Farmer Trotter in case we want to remake Thomas and the Pigs.
But no one does.
or in case you want to remake Sleeping Beauty accurately to the TV series where he's just there.
Oh God, what if that's why they're doing? Oh no.
They
Why
make
don't? Why don't?
Anyway,
I mean,
we
Farmer
still haven't
Trotter.
seen any samples of Bo, or Rebecca, or Sir Handel, or the High Side Wagons, or the Talaclin locomotives, or the gondolas, or Emily.
Oh my god, I forgot that
Apparently,
they're making
Emily
Talaclin.
is, huh?
I forgot that they're just making normal Talaclin.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, in 3 liveries.
Yeah.
and none of them were great use of blue.
It's kind of easy to miss in the 2023 catalog just because they
Sure.
don't have a unique section for HON 30. It's just kind of sandwiched in the middle of a bunch of normal, like, American HO locomotives, where they
Huh.
have it right now.
Weird.
I do hope that this
Okay,
means that we can get
um,
stuff for the other Talaclin engines.
Real quick, I've
I
been
hope so,
looking into
too.
Toad,
Mhm.
right? And turns out that Toad's model did have like the lettering on both sides the entire time. It's just what I think Ark did was probably look at the faceless ones, not the
Oh.
Doctor Who story,
Oh
but
my
like
God.
the like one normal ass Toad break van that they made for the show, which has no lettering on it whatsoever and is a lighter shade of gray to Toad.
Oh my god. Fucking season 18 arc. Like, if you were modeled in season 18, you are just screwed.
This is the thing. I love Ark. They're very good animators. 99% of the models they made fucking suck.
Yeah. I feel bad for them because they were under so much pressure.
I think
They did so well
most of the
considering
stuff they did was fine.
this thing. I love the animation itself, the lighting, mwah, exquisite. Looking at Duck or Oliver or Toad or like
Duncan.
half of the fucking
Duncan.
Duncan, just
The big yellow elephant in the
or
room.
like
With
look
his
at how much
extruded
they
lining.
massively failed to actually design the Great Race characters to be in keeping with the art style.
And with the Great Race ones, I feel like it kind of makes sense. Because, like,
Some of them do.
Yeah.
They start doing the thing there where they design the faces to be more human shaped.
yeah, I feel
And I
like
wish
it's
they
kind
didn't.
of.
Like,
I feel like it's kind of fine with the Great Race ones, but after that, it just kind of starts feeling weird.
yeah, it degrades as time goes
Yeah.
on, which, you know.
Merlin's face looks like he's the moon.
A little bit. Oh man, speaking of like late CGI stuff, Rebecca and Bo both have recommended retail prices now.
Yeah.
They are now the second and first most expensive engines in the HO range, respectively. Bo is like 240 something, because he's based on that American tool that's expensive by default. And Rebecca is $300.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a hard, like, at the, like, Train World are selling her at, like, 180, which is, like, that's a bit more reasonable, but that's still so much!
That's the thing is...
Oh my god.
That's a lot. That would be a lot even for a character that most of the fandom likes.
Yeah, like, people, like, Hero will probably be, like, $300 or more if they ever do.
And I can see Hero getting decent sales with that because people love Hero.
Yeah.
And people
People don't love Rebecca as much as they love Hero.
people are softening on and becoming more fans of Rebecca over time now that we're getting progressively further away from the great replacing them with women debate.
Yeah.
But she's still not a fan favorite, and I don't think she will be for quite a long time, if ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the fact that she's gonna be so expensive is definitely going to affect... Like, the fact that she's she's both expensive and not all that popular in the grand scheme
And
of
her
things.
design kind of
And
sucks.
I think that's going to make her a bit of a slow
her design
seller.
kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like a
that
lot of
too.
people look at that and think, is it really worth getting it, or should I just get a normal Bully Pacific and paint it yellow?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
that tender
it'll
is
be
just,
interesting. It'll be interesting to see how things play out, but
See, it does make me worry, though. It makes me worry that if Rebecca doesn't do well, that might be it for, like, CGI characters.
I'm not sure about that because there's other locomotives they could do that would probably go down a lot better, like Stanley or Whiff or Sydney. But I feel like that might put the kibosh on Nia existing at least if she fails on impact.
Yeah.
And definitely, I feel like Rebecca flopping might make them reconsider their no model character stance.
Yeah, probably.
Perhaps.
See, this is the thing is, I believe at this point we know that most of the Thomas line sales is to older fans.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is still selling decently to parents, to kids. Even
Yeah.
parents who know and like Rebecca and the newer episodes are not going to pay that much for one train.
Yeah.
Especially when she's not even in the current stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not even in
Yeah.
Egg.
She's the one character
You know.
from all iterations of the Steam Team not to be an egg.
Yeah. Like, if you want to buy Rebecca, the cheapest place to do so right now, I believe, is King's Hobbies, who I believe are still selling her for $140, which is much more reasonable, and, also cheaper than what Train World's selling her for. They're probably going to update the prices once the catalog comes out, but because of the way you pre-order on King's being you pay in full first, they'll probably stay true to, I believe they will stay true to the $140 price point if you buy her before they update the price.
I obviously have not ordered.
If you want to try and buy Rebecca, I recommend going to King's Hobbies. They're local. They're my they're in my area, so they're my retailer of choice. So got a shelf for them.
I obviously have not bought anything from King's myself because I am of Britishness. But everything
Yeah.
Jamie has told
Unfortunately.
okay, fuck you. Everything Jamie has said
I'm
about
not wrong,
them,
though, am I?
you're mean to me.
Okay.
Everything Jamie has said about Kings to me says that they're a very fucking based retailer.
Yeah, they're really cool. I'm very curious to see how Emily turns out in N Scale. Like, they said on the Gordon stream that Emily's taken a bit longer just because she's Emily, she's got the fiddly drive mechanism. And I'm very interested to see what the sample looks like, because I've kind of been thinking about it for a while, and I am wondering if they're gonna have Emily be drive shaft drive. Like, if y'all have seen Dapple N-scale tender engines, they tend to have the motor in the tender, but with a drive shaft coming from the locomotive, coming out of the tender to the locomotive to power it.
Mm-hmm.
And Emily's tender is big enough where I think that might be what they do. But I'm also not sure because Bachmann really likes to have the tender locos never have anything in the tender ever. So I don't know.
I'm wondering if she'll have the 12.
I hope she doesn't.
I'm wondering too. We probably won't know until we, see the painted sample.
This is the thing,
and-
is even in spite of my massive opposition to a number 12 Emily, I feel like that'll be a Grumpy Diesel situation.
Yeah.
Where they bring out
I feel
Emily
like-
number 12 as a separate release.
Yeah. I feel like the thing with N scale is that I feel like they're going to try and avoid Grumpy Diesel situations where they have two of the same character in the line, because even though N scale is the second most popular model train scale worldwide, even though the UK likes to ignore that, it is still a smaller market than 00, so I feel like doubling up on characters
In more
where
ways than
we
one.
don't have sufficiently... Oh my god. doubling up on characters that aren't sufficiently distinct might not be a good move. So, like, they could do LBSC Thomas and Origins James, I think. But I think having both Smiling and Grumpy Diesel, or, both Normal Emily and Number 12 Emily, I don't think that would fly as well in N scale. I do feel like they're going to go without the number, though, just because...
This is the thing is...
They might not have the, tools for that yet. I don't know.
This is the thing is...
Like, do they have the Season 20 references?
Like, the Bachmann Thomas stuff, like we said, has always been focused on the older crowd, who, at this point, a majority of us are very nostalgic for Season 6 and 7. And most of us generally do not like Series 24.
Yeah, it would make more sense to prioritize the classic version of Emily than Number 12. I think it'd be neat if Emily had Number 12 in N scale, but I feel like, I don't know. It's a weird situation, but I feel like they're going to go with the original version. Also because they didn't go with any of the updated versions for Thomas, Percy, and James.
Which, thank fuck for that.
I feel like... Yeah, thank God, honestly, because fucking Percy with the handrails, Thomas... Like, the handrails and rivets would have been awful.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so glad they did not do that for N scale.
Yeah. Dude, especially, those, pimply-ass rivets in that scale,
Yeah,
that'd be
my
horrendous.
Oh my god. I really hope whenever they do Rosie in N scale, they do what they did with the Rosie in HO and just don't put rivets on. Because I know that's the result of them doing an old Rosie model first and new Rosie having those added on after the fact, but not wanting to retool the shell.
The thing is, I don't mind...
But I really hope they keep the shell simple for N scale, because the rivets look kind of bad.
I don't mind the rivets as much on Rosie, because they're not as horrendously placed.
They're not as bad on Rosie. They're not as bad on Rosie, but I prefer the smoother silhouette of her original.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's enough talking about stuff that's not in the catalog. Let's start talking about what's in the catalog. Next slide.
Yeah.
So, in HO, we have 2 new announcements. One new rolling stock, the Blue Open Carriage from, I believe, introduced in Season 16 in Happy Birthday, Sir.
Yes.
More famously pulled by Stephen at Ulfstead Castle. It's the first truly new tool for HO rolling stock in a long time, and it's a very interesting choice. It makes sense given they're having figure packs soon, so you can, have them in the coach, and that makes sense, but it is also very strange that they pick this.
This is the thing, is...
For the first new tool and so
Do you think that this, along with Bo, suggests that we might be able to get a non-moving IMX Steven?
I think Steven would be cool. I think part of what concerns me about this is that the model in the show is very much just the Era 1 rocket coach that Hornby already makes. And I feel like there'd be a market for them to do Steven.
It's a little bit different to the Liverpool-Manchester coach, actually. It's a little bit bigger. It's not spot on, one-to-one translation of it,
Okay. Got some of that nitrogen riz.
Yeah.
So it's just the same thing, but worse.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have to be mean, but also you're not wrong.
Yeah. I think the fact that it is different in that way might make it a bit better then, but at the same time, I feel like most people probably won't care and might still opt for the Hornby version at the same time.
Yeah.
Especially because unlike Steven, because Hornby makes Stevenson's rocket, but I think it'd be understandable for them to make Steven in HO in the same way it's understandable for them to make Stepney in HO. Because even though Hornby and other manufacturers do make Terriers, this is the Thomas version of Stepney, and is unique in that aspect, will have its own market, and nobody has to worry about contradictions. Yeah. Same thing with Steven. It's the Thomas version of Steven. Who the hell cares? If you want a real rocket, buy the real rocket. If you want a Thomas rocket, you buy Steven.
If you want the good one, buy the Thomas one.
Yeah. But with the open carriage, I don't think it's sufficiently different enough for it to not be a bit of a market flop. I don't know. It's weird.
I guess
Maybe market flop's not the right word, but like it'll have a bit of competition. Is the thing.
I think it has a place in the Thomas line. Is like, and for the most part, I feel like people who don't like Thomas aren't going to buy this, and people who just want the Bachmann Thomas stuff aren't going to buy the normal one.
Yeah. It makes sense. Like, actually thinking about it now, yeah, it does make sense, because like a lot of people buying Bachmann Thomas don't necessarily want to import a bunch of trains from the UK to have stock to go with it. So it does make sense for them to be making this, I guess.
I wish I had the choice to not have to import shit. That'd be really cool.
It'd be really cool. Bachmann should release more stuff in the... Like, you can buy a bunch of the fucking, like, N-scale, G-scale, and 009 stuff from Rails. I don't know why they have to jump through so many fucking hoops with the fucking HO stuff.
Because I don't get to be happy.
Yeah. Well, I want you to be happy.
Oh, thank you, Jamie.
No problem. Right, other thing in HO's Top Matt's car.
Sundays are a
God.
day for Hans.
And the large automobile.
Yeah.
And today is Saturday.
Yeah!
My goodness.
Yeah!
If you can believe it, it's a Saturday once again.
Yeah! It's very cool to see off-rail vehicles come back after all this time. Like, the last one they did was fucking Jeremy in 2014.
Who
Oh
is
boy.
still
God, I forgot they
in
even
the
did. I
My
forgot they even did
favorite.
Jeremy.
He's
I forgot they
still
even
in...
did Jeremy.
No, this is the thing. Jeremy is still in production.
Yeah, they put him in the...
They haven't cancelled him yet.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? He's still in the range. How?
They
I
forget?
want to know who's out there buying fucking 700 Bachmann Jeremys.
well, obviously all the people who love season 12 and hate women.
It's
Of
like
course.
It's like
So
that one
everybody
episode
in-
of The
everybody in the
Simpsons
Oblivion
where
server,
Homer's
then.
buying like springs and flushing them down the toilet, but it's just Jeremy's.
Oh my god.
You know,
I-
Flushed
I had
Away. Flushed Away is real, but the entire town is made out of Bachmann Jeremys.
Oh my god.
Wait, I had a dream last night where part of it was Homer Simpson being very worried about his car during like what was basically a GTA mission IRL.
Okay.
It was weird. It was fucking. I wrote all of it down. I'm not gonna get into it today. I'm not gonna get into it here. I'm gonna get into it at some point.
If you want to learn about Andrew's... I almost said Andrew's. If you want to learn more about Andrew's GTA Homer dream, join the Railway Series Book Club Discord server and at
I'm
them
not gonna
about
talk
it.
about it in there.
Everyone at Andrew right now.
Oh my god.
Do it right now.
Sorry about this in the future, Andrew.
No words you can say will make up for it.
No, at Andrew and say, "Hi, Andrew. I think you're nice," and then a little smile.
Anyway, I think it's very...
Anyway,
It's cool that they're doing a new off-rail vehicle, especially not only one that synchronizes so well with the upcoming figure packs, but also one that doesn't have a face. That's interesting.
Yeah,
yeah.
that is interesting.
Yeah. Like, I feel like non-Thomas people might buy this just because it's a cool-looking car. If it's
Really?
scaled right, at least.
Yeah.
I expect it probably will be.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing. This is my first thought with this was, does this open us up to the possibility of Tom Tipper's post van?
I
True.
think that's pretty likely. Unfortunately, they probably based it off the Season 24 one.
No.
Oh, Tom Tipper's new whip. Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Tom Tipper's new whip is kind of fucked up.
It's kind of stanky. Yeah.
Yeah, got that stanky
Whatever,
leg.
whatever, like, faceless road vehicles are there?
The de-ossified horde lorries.
Yeah.
The
The-
flying cars, they can make them now.
They could. Oh my god, they could make Ace. But that's a car with a face. Never mind.
Yeah, okay, I know she has a face, but please, Caroline.
Caroline.
Caroline would
Yeah.
be cool.
Caroline would be so good.
Unfortunately, she's model only, so no. You'll get Cleo and you'll be happy.
No! I'd rather
Yeah,
someone-
Bachmann Cleo, my dreams have come true.
If someone came to me in real life and handed me a toy of the Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends character Cleo, not only would I throw it directly into the nearest river, but I would stab them.
I'd be confused because she just doesn't have any merch.
Yeah, she doesn't
Where'd
have
they get
any
it from?
merchandise. What the fuck? Like, she seems precision engineered to have a wood toy, because, like, Ruth drives her. And she just looks like she could be a wood toy where you just stick in Ruth and go for a drive, but no.
She was probably planned to have a wood toy because they had like 10 years of wood products planned, thinking it would go really well. And then
Yeah,
it just didn't.
I wonder why that flopped. God. So that's all that's been announced in HO. Let's take a look at what's been announced in Narrow Gauge. Nothing.
Got Sir Handle.
Yeah, that was announced last year.
Can we just put
Oh.
a picture of a guy shrugging on this slide?
Yeah. Yeah, nothing. No new announcements. It's just the same stuff that was announced. Just, reaffirming the announcements from the last couple of, catalog waves. I'm still excited to see what Sir Handle looks like. Still think the new rolling stocks they're coming out with are cool. Yeah.
Jamie, do you
Yeah.
have any of the 009 stuff? Because I know obviously you're in N scale, so you probably could just run
Yeah,
them.
I have Skarloey. I got it once when I went to King's, and that was one of the few Thomas things they just had on the shelf to buy. So I was like, hey, I like Skarloey, I'll buy Skarloey. And it's nice. I might pick up a couple more 009 things at some point, but I primarily want to focus on N scale.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of N scale,
Oh yeah, that's the next slide. N scale. Yeah, we stay winning. Yeah. So first announcement is Henrietta. Fuck yes. We've been asking for this nonstop since Toby was announced, and I'm glad that we got her. Honestly, since Toad is an entirely new tool, that was the sign to me that we were probably going to get Henrietta at some point. Because if they can afford to make a whole new tool for Toad the Brake Fan, who's only good for himself, they can definitely make Henrietta, who's good for both herself and Hannah. My one issue with this that did not get answered in Thomas Tuesday, even though I asked about it in the stream chat, the fact it's illustrated with the HO model and not a CGI render is very odd to me. I mean, it's just very inconsistent what they used to illustrate their models to begin with in the Bachmann catalog, because, obviously with stuff that's a CGI model, if they have the asset for it, they can just put it in, no problem. But, for
Raspberry
Gordon
Syrup
and
Tank.
Toad, it's weird that they didn't use the HO... Excuse me. They didn't use the HO models as illustrations. But it does make sense to an extent, because it's based on those things, and they're obviously using those as references to build the tools. So it kind of makes sense. So, why is Henrietta illustrated with an HO model and not a CGI render? Because it could just be the same thing as Emily, where they used the HO model as an illustration because, hey, we made Henrietta before, it's gonna be kind of like this. But at the same time, that's a faceless model, and there is a very real question as to whether or not Henrietta will have a face in N scale or not. So, does she or does she not?
She will probably not, because Bachmann hates when you're happy.
Yeah, I mean,
They've been making you
Honestly-
too happy for too long, Jamie.
honestly, I'd be fine either way, I guess, but doing Henrietta without the face means that, they wouldn't be able to do Hannah, which would be a very obvious other way to use that tooling.
oh no, not no Hannah.
I mean...
What?
I
like Anna.
Hannah's
Actually,
neat.
where is it?
She's not my favorite character or anything, but I don't know. I also kind of want her to have a CGI face just because I like Henrietta when she has the CGI face because
Yeah.
Oh,
she's an actual
Toby.
character in those stories.
Oh, Toby.
I
Oh,
rewatched
Toby.
Den and Dart yesterday, and I was reminded how much I love the fact they gave Henrietta a face.
Yeah, like they
You're a
made her
big
an actual
diesel engine.
character.
Be brave.
Yeah. Like she's really cool, but like people on the fucking Bachmann forum are dicks about it because the face goes over the door. It's not realistic. But fucking the faces on the trains go over the smoke box door. You know, Boko's face goes right in front of the fucking corridor that connects locomotives together if they're running in multiple. Fucking
And then there's Jeremy.
yeah. Stop pretending like the faces make
Fucking
sense
Jeremy.
to begin with. You just hate women.
And love season 12.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, I've been thinking. I've been ruminating on this
News
a
to
little
me
bit.
that you could.
Ross. So I've been ruminating on this a little bit. Actually, no. Okay, hold on. Let me just. No. So I've been wondering what exactly it would mean for one to hate women and hate season 12. Is this a new category for us? Like, how do we class that?
That's the third gender.
Oh my God, you're right.
It's... I think there is a name for that gender, and it's called,
Base.
SIF user.
It's called being base.
It's called being based. Oh my god. We got the
Is there,
jokes
like-
on this show.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably state that that's a joke, because...
That is a joke.
Yeah.
That is a joke. That is a joke. On this
Yeah,
show,
no.
we love women. And are
hate
ambivalent
yourself.
towards Series 12.
And we hate Series 12.
Well, I don't speak for everyone.
Speak for yourself, motherfucker.
Oh, God. Moving on a bit. Also
Yes,
new...
we got some vans!
We got box fans, and they already have tooling samples!
Yeah.
I meant painted samples. But yeah, they already have painted samples, and we got to see them on stream, and they're really cool! I love
Yeah,
them!
it's...
They're
I
based
love
on
the fact-
they're based on the large scale box fan tool, but scaled down, and they look really good.
It's funny that they've done one with Great Western lettering on, since the tooling itself was based on the LNER vans from the show.
Yeah, that is really funny.
Are they actually phasing out those vans in HO?
Not in HO, but in large scale, they are going. They are going out of style. I put HO there because the ice cream vans discontinued in HO, but
Right.
the first two are still in HO. The latter, and only the latter, is in large scale.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very interesting that they've picked liveries that are being phased out, like in either range, because that does leave the door open that maybe they might do the same for open wagons and tankers in N scale as well. I'm mainly just on copium hoping for the red open wagon, because I really like the red open wagon, but you know...
The red open
You already
wagon
made
is
some
very
of your
cool.
own, and they're really good.
I did make some of my own, but you know what? I want other people to have the privilege of owning red open wagons.
Put a picture up. Put a picture up of Jamie's open wagons.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's probably a post on Twitter you could just use.
When are they going to make the raspberry syrup tanker in N?
I would really like raspberry syrup tanker in N. Given the fact that the cream tanker, I think, is discontinued in both HO and large scale, and has
Wait,
been
in
for a
large
while,
scale?
I don't know, but like... It's also just the issue of, like, people really want two specific tankers in N scale right now, being milk and tar. So, I feel like if you're bringing cream in, you have to also bring in... If you're
Milk,
going to bring in
tar,
raspberry
and
syrup,
cream.
you're going to have to bring in cream as well, just because they're kind of a pair. But, like, there's already two tankers that people really want in, so that just leaves one slot for a third if they're doing it in waves of 3. But they might
You
just...
can make the
But, like,
dinosaur
milk and cream
tanker
are
from
basically the
Pyro.
same thing, right? You could just bring in raspberry syrup anyway, right? Right?
Well, they could make the dinosaur tanker from Plaro.
Please?
If they're not going to do the raspberry syrup tanker, at the very least they could be cool and fill in the red tanker slot with jet fuel tanker. Put an image on the screen of jet fuel tanker.
Yep.
I really like jet fuel tanker. I want them to make it in Bachmann.
Add a new picture of jet fuel tanker every time someone says jet fuel tanker.
Okay, I'll be sure to add a new picture of jet fuel tanker every time someone says jet fuel tanker.
Excellent.
Thank you. I'm very happy that you'll do that. I really enjoy jet fuel tanker.
I really enjoy
Yep.
jet fuel tanker too.
I really enjoy jet fuel tanker as well. It's a
I feel
shame
like we
that
should
they're...
clarify that this isn't sponsored by Jet Fuel Tanker.
No, it is.
This is, in fact, sponsored by Jet Fuel Tanker.
You're just not getting paid, Ross.
We're sponsored by Jet Fuel Tanker?
Yeah,
That's cool, I love Jet Fuel Tanker.
me
I've been
too. I'm a
paid.
big fan of jet fuel tanker.
The last end skill announcement this year, or in this catalog, is Emily's passenger set. Finally, and even more, why are they doing this set than Percy? I mean, it kind of makes sense because, like, Emily was the kind of the last non-Thomas set standing for a long time. But given that end scale, I mean, maybe it makes sense they're doing it in end scale just to like try it out, see if it works better now. But like surely they know that train sets tend to not do as well if they're not Thomas. I don't know.
It's
It's
probably just a
weird.
case of them going, sure, why not? Since they've
Yeah, I guess.
just made Emily and her coaches.
Yeah, it's probably not that
So-
much more expensive to produce.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Okay, so is it literally just her coaches?
No, it's Emily and her coaches and a circle of track. Or actually,
Oh,
it might
they
be
made
an
Emily?
oval because it was an oval in HO.
Yeah, it's an oval.
Okay.
They made Emily?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what?
We talked about this earlier.
Yeah, Emily. What? I'm confused. What happened just now?
Is this a bit?
No,
Did you forget they were making Emily an N scale?
yeah, like, is it out yet?
Not yet. They just announced that they're going to be doing a set as well as just the separate sail engine and coaches.
Oh,
Andrew has not registered anything we've talked about for this entire session.
well. I wouldn't say that. But... No, it makes
Yeah.
sense. It makes sense for them to do an Emily set, I think.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like she's got to be one of the more popular sets in general, just because like
Just
kind
'cause
of
you get,
like Thomas. She has her own like rake of coaches, so it kind of makes sense to like get
Yeah.
her as a set, so that way you get all of it at once.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of, this isn't necessarily related to the N scale thing. This is more so related to me. But how many Emily coaches should I get when I get my shed going?
Well, if you want to be accurate, TM, it should just be the one normal coach and one break coach. But
Yeah, but they did give her a third one at one point, didn't they?
yeah, and that was weird. So you could get a couple more of the like normal coaches. And if you wanted to be like extra realistic, you would also get a second break coach to put at the front because that's how real trains work. But like, I
Yeah,
don't
but
fucking
that doesn't
know.
look as good.
Be
It
egg
does.
accurate and get one coach.
She only gets one.
Her special saloon, except not at all a saloon because it's a fucking clerestory thing.
Well, no. Saloons can, historically, it's possible for saloons to have clerestory roofs. Like, there's the Midland one that was basically just a fucking American coach.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I was less talking about the roof and more about like how it's like
Yeah, it's just
not
six
corridor
row
stock. It's like it's compartments.
Your basic, yeah.
Because it's
fucking
compartments. It's
basic.
not like isn't a saloon supposed to just kind of be open throughout the whole thing?
If
I mean,
remember
do we
correctly,
ever see the inside of the Emily's coach and egg?
I don't think so. Oh, right, because she
don't
just
think-
has... Oh, right, you're just talking about the one coach and egg. I thought you were talking about fucking Bloomer coach on Audrey's layout.
I wasn't even talking about those. I mean, to be fair, her... Wait, do they? I don't remember. I don't fucking remember what her coaches on the old show were like.
Yeah.
They had compartments.
They were... I think the ones on the old show were compartment.
I mean, they were basically just the LBSC Stroudley coaches, but with, like, different wheels and roof.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Do you want to move on to large-scale announcements?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this one.
So in large scale, we got... nothing!
Second picture of a guy shrugging.
Yep.
They do seem to be open throughout, actually. At
Oh,
least,
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, large scale gets
There's
nothing.
Close-up model.
L.
It feels like large scale is always kind of perpetually on life support.
Yeah, I was kind of like... I kind of felt like this is the year they'd get, like, something more substantial. But, like, I don't know, maybe they're waiting until NMRA to make a big announcement. But, like, yeah, it's a bit sad, I guess.
Yeah, they did just announce a bunch of stuff, to be fair.
Yeah.
Just in all scales, really.
You know, we are still waiting on the box vans and museum coaches, to be fair. So, like, probably once those release, probably sometime by the summer, we'll, like, you know, have heard what they might be planning to do next, but, it's kind of sad that they've, you know, there's nothing right now. Also sad, we need to address our fallen comrades, the items that have been discontinued from Bachmann's Thomas range as of this year.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Not very many this year. There is a
But
storage
their loss
shed.
will be felt for years to come.
So, forever we will remember HO Storage Shed, the last holdout of the Resin Buildings line.
Rest in peace.
I'm so sad Resin Buildings flopped, but I feel like Bachmann has no one to blame but themselves, because, like, so much of the
They
stuff
were
they made
expensive
was
stock.
just fucking stupid. Like, just make the cool stations. You made Maithwaite, that was cool. You made the Brendam Warehouse, that was cool. And then
Second
they made a
Bach
bunch
too.
of fucking aquarium tank shit.
They should have made, Farquhar Station
They should have!
instead of
Yeah.
Maithwaite, because Maithwaite already has the Hornby one.
Yeah.
So that market's kind of already halved.
Yeah.
But with Farquhar, they don't really have a double O equivalent.
Yeah.
Make Tidmouth.
Make
please.
Crosby. even.
Yeah. Make fucking
Well,
anything!
That
No.
fucks
Like,
hard.
make something people
Chrome?
want to buy and not
Only.
fucking Blacklock Folly. Or Corrugated
that
Hut.
Blacklock Folly, bro. That looks like it would go in with my fucking fish tank.
Yeah. Alright, also deceased as of this year is the large-scale cream tanker.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. You know, kind of weird this held out in large scale for so long after the HO version was killed off. But, you know,
Probably just excess stock.
probably just excess stock, yeah. That's probably what's also keeping the ice cream wagon alive, but, like, I don't know, maybe
Isn't the-
large scale people actually like the ice cream wagon, I don't know.
Isn't
And
the
then
DCC
also...
Percy in large
Well, that's
scale
the
still
thing is
available,
the
but
lot-
not Thomas.
the large scale community have been starving for so fucking long. They'll take literally anything they can get.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I think maybe the reason the cream tanker lasted as long as it did is because the milk tanker kind of died pretty quickly in large scale. And, like, I feel like the milk tanker and cream tanker kind of have a bit of an identity problem where, like, people mistake one for the other if they're a layman.
The milk tanker didn't do well because it wasn't the Tidmouth milk tanker anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cow logo was fine, but, like, Tidmouth milk is iconic. Because it tells you what it is. You know, honestly, the cream tanker does a much better job of telling you what it is, just because it's got the milk churns on it.
Yeah. Got the
You
picture of
know.
the milk churns.
Meanwhile,
If-
if it's just a cow on a tanker, I mean, yeah, I guess that's milk. It looks like milk.
It could be milk. It could also there could just be cows in there, dude.
It could
what?
be just full of cows. It could be a beef
if
tanker.
If I'm ever at an Audrey X or
Wonder
similar
about
event
cows.
after I get on estrogen, I expect me to be wearing a Tit of Milk tanker shirt.
Oh, that's my plan too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you get fat tits, you need to get a Tidmouth milk shirt.
Yeah.
Correct.
Also deceased in large scale, Solar Fruit and Vegetable Company box fan. I don't understand why this and the Great Western van disappeared so quickly from large scale. Because they're both still doing good in HO, and they're being ported to N scale now. It's like, why are they disappearing so quickly? It's weird. Do they just not like them? I don't know. And it's sad because I kind of like the Fruit and Vegetable Company van. It's a nice little green. It's got a cool green color to it, you know?
Yeah,
pretty.
I
How
many
think
green
I'd have said
wagons
it's
are
probably
there?
one of the better bands.
Yeah.
I will say I do like that so many of the Bachmann vans are actually like tied to specific companies.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like the generic Northwestern stock, but I also like when you can tell that that wagon does a specific thing.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
essential for the Thomas range to have a bit of both, because,
Yeah.
that is kind of the danger if you have all lettered stock, is because it removes all ambiguity from any train. But you also gotta have some specific stuff going on, just because it adds variety, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's everything to do with the catalog, and everything to do with Bachmann updates now. For a final segment, we're going to talk about what we think is going to happen next. The next thing, which in this case is NMRA 2023, sometime in, August or September, I think. Yeah, I don't really have any solid predictions, other than I feel like they're definitely going to announce Henry either then or in the 2024 catalog. I also kind of hope that they might have some new, faceless open wagons or something at NMRA, the red and blue open wagons plus, the unlettered coal wagon would be really neat. But, maybe not, who knows. What do y'all think?
I want them to. I don't predict they're gonna happen, but I want them.
I think it would be really funny if they did Busy Bee James in N scale. But to be serious, I expect they'll probably have a painted sample of Gordon there.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe.
they probably will.
Maybe even announce that they're doing express coaches in N scale or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The prototype looked pretty far along.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like
Golden?
there's a pretty good shot they're gonna have a painted sample. I feel like probably what's gonna happen is that if our conspiracy theories are right and they have been secretly developing Henry alongside Gordon this entire time, then if they have a painted sample of Gordon ready for NMRA, they are definitely going to announce Henry at NMRA because they might also have a painted sample of him by then too. And it'll be like a Diesel and Paxton situation where they had the
am
tooling sample for
still-
Diesel pretty early, and then when the next update came along, they showed samples painted of both Diesel and Paxton.
They really did. Doug Blaine really did just pick up a pretty much finished G-scale Paxton with no
Yeah.
warning.
Yeah, that was
That
awesome.
was so good.
I fucking love Paxton.
Paxton's great.
I'd really love to have an N scale, but I don't want them to do Diesel
What the
next
fuck?
because
I'd love to have a Paxton in H-O where his face isn't disgusting.
yeah, that'd be nice. I want
Must
to
be
have
nice.
Mavis in N scale before Diesel because I feel like if they do Diesel first, they're probably not going to do Mavis for a long time just because they're similar, I guess, in terms of both being black painted Diesel shunters. And I really like Mavis, and she'd be really easy to just do because she used the Toby Drive system.
Oh my god.
H.O. Tumbleweed.
Please.
You need it.
Please, please.
Hey, howdy, partner, right this way to Bufferville. You're on your own from here on in, little blue buckaroo.
H.O. Tumbleweed with moving eyes.
God.
On a
You're on your own from
serious
here
note,
on in, little
I
blue
feel
cuck.
like- I feel like I'm not sure which range will be announced next, but I've got a pretty good idea in my head of who will be announced in the near future for each of the next ranges.
Who do you think?
So for HO, I'm thinking it'd probably be Nia next, just to go with Rebecca.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that
But then that
tracks.
also does depend on if she does well.
Yeah.
009, probably Duncan. I feel like they're kind of saving him because they're not sure what to do with him.
Yeah.
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 N, I feel like pretty obviously going to be Henry, just because he is the same chassis as Gordon.
Yeah,
G-Scale?
Henry or Edward?
I feel like Edward's definitely going to come after Henry, just because, like, Edward is one of the most popular requests for N scale.
I would get an N-scale Edward.
Yeah.
Either he's going to come after Henry, or they might take a break and do like a small engine, probably either Diesel or Mavis.
Yeah. I could see it. I think if they're going to take a break between Henry and Edward, it'd definitely be Mavis between them. Because Mavis is just Mavis, and because of the way the serial numbers work out on the current string of N-scale engines they're doing, if they did both Diesel and Paxton between Edward and Henry, then Edward would have to be shunted into the next numbering sequence, because they'd make it to the end of the one they're currently on, and that'd be really awkward, I think.
Yeah.
They could also just do Paxton later, but, like, it'd be weird to do Diesel and then Paxton in a point in time where they're a package deal, you know?
Yeah. If G-Scale doesn't die, I feel like the next engine will probably be either Edward or Mavis.
Yeah. People have been
like
asking
G-Scale
for Mavis
Mavis.
and G-Scale for
G-scale
forever.
Mavis would be
but-
great.
Yeah, G-Scale Mavis would be awesome. I feel like I might give up hope at this point for G-Scale Mavis, just because, like, people have been... Because, like, should be so easy, you know? Because it's just Toby Dry System with a new body shell. Like, they don't even have to make that much new. But at the same time, it's like, maybe they've, like, crunched the numbers or whatever and don't think she'll be a viable character in that scale, which I call bullshit on, but, you know... I don't know.
Mavis
I do
is
feel like
cool. I
Edward would
Mavis.
probably be the most... Like, he'd definitely be kind of expensive to develop because he's a big tender engine, but, like, he's also probably the most popular character they could do, so...
He's like the same size as James, you know?
Yeah, he's like the
He's a
same
little
size
bit-
as James. They could
He's
just do it.
arguably a little bit smaller than James.
Yeah. Like, especially
Yeah.
because James is, like, extra big because it's CGI James. I think the issue is mainly
True.
just that... I think the thing that makes Edward expensive in HO... I don't know if this will necessarily translate over to G-Scale and N-Scale if they make him there, but... I think the problem is mainly just that he's got a very fucked up wheel arrangement on account of the prop being really weird. You know? Like, it's...
Yeah.
Like, the wheels are just kind of way far back. And especially if you're including an eye mechanism, it might be kind of difficult to try to, like, actually have it balanced correctly. I don't know, though.
It's not a prediction, it's more so a prayer. Someday, somehow, I want Arthur.
Yeah. I mean,
I know
Bachmann...
it won't. I
Yeah.
know it won't happen for a long time, if ever. But please, he's like one of my favorite characters. I love him.
I feel like Bachmann are kind of foolish for not bowing Murdoch and Arthur into HO with their Bachmann UK toolings for their classes. Like, I've heard that they're crusty, so maybe it wouldn't be great, but, like, they know what prices Murdoch fucking goes for from Hornby on eBay. Surely they'd think about doing
That's the thing. They could charge
Bachmann
like
Murdoch.
$500 fucking dollars for Murdoch, and it would still be a better deal than the Hornby Murdoch on eBay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they're probably not as viable as Bo, just because their designs are more specific to them, especially in like the model series. Whereas Bo is pretty much a one-to-one translation of
Yeah.
American 440.
I think it'd be more of a problem with Arthur, because Murdoch's pretty spot on to a 9F, so just like Hornby, I think they could get away with just using their 9F and painting it orange.
Yeah, and
but at that point, there's also the
with
problem of,
Arthur,
like-
would they be like what course of action would they take with Arthur, right? Fucking 2MT, Mickey Mouse, or standard 3.
Yeah, because he does look a lot more like a standard 3 in the show. It's fucked up.
It is very fucked up.
But yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool if they could do that. I don't know if they will, just because of the whole issue with, like, they're model-only characters, and they might not, Like, Murdoch probably would sell, but, like, like, they both would sell. It's just they probably might not be as, like, mass appealing as something from the CGI series, which, like, fucking mass appeal is for chumps.
I've also seen people saying that Hank's gonna happen just because of
Yeah,
Bo.
I'm a Hank truther. I think Hank's gonna happen. They have the tools.
I don't like that.
They make a K4. He'll be the most expensive. He's gonna be the most expensive engine in the range. That won't even be fucking like the HO K4s are fucking $400. Like he will be the most expensive engine.
No one's gonna buy Hank.
I'll buy Hank.
I won't.
So there.
I won't, said the man.
It's like I feel like
I'm afraid Hank will just stop where he is.
If they did Hank, people would just be questioning why they haven't done Stepney.
Yeah.
Because he's infinitely more popular, smaller, and appeared at the same time Hank last did.
Yeah, but they need to make a new tools for Stepney.
You have $400 there, I see, sir. Please give it to me for Hank.
I won't.
Oh my god.
Fernando.
Well, where do we stand on Smudger?
He does not exist.
I would buy him. True.
Yeah, he does, because his nameplate's at the Talaclin.
Smudger and Proteus, I feel like, have a decent
true.
chance, maybe?
Yeah, I think they're pretty likely for 009. I was kind of wondering if they were going to announce Smudger, just because the pattern so far for 009 has been, so far, kind of just new tool, new recolor, new tool, and then they might continue the pattern. But, like,
I wouldn't be surprised if we got a H.O. Fernando at some point in the future.
They're not gonna... I don't want them to do Fernando, is the thing. Like...
I don't.
Nobody... A bunch of people in the Bachmann forums keep suggesting him for some reason, because they're fucking insane. They also want them to do two different mainland diesels instead of just one.
Probably because he's just an easy make, and they're doing stuff from the Big World era anyway.
Yeah,
so.
but fucking people would buy... Like, okay, people will probably buy Bo just because of the novelty of being an American-style 440 in Thomas, okay? Nobody's gonna buy a fucking Brazilian Class 08 who's in, like, one episode.
No one's gonna buy Hank, who's in one episode over 10 years ago.
Yeah, but people remember Hank because he's American.
4 times as expensive.
People in America will see this and be like, oh, another American traded Thomas. It's a bit expensive, but you know what? It's funny. Maybe I'll buy it. Nobody will buy Fernando because he's just some guy.
You'll see it and they'll think,
Fernando's sweet, baby!
God damn it.
I would buy the mainland shunters.
Mainland shunter would be pretty good. I don't think they'd make more than one.
I would buy fucking Like I Say Friend.
Yeah. Uli, have you seen a blue engine numbered 1?
No.
Nope. Like I Say Friend.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You know, it'll obviously be pretty crunchy just because of the fucking red buffers, but you know, that's what Sharpies are for.
That's also a relative.
They already did that with Diesel by accident.
Yeah.
They should make Golden Snow Machine in HO just so we can finally know how many fucking wheels that thing has.
They would know about as much as we do going in. I'm gonna be honest. Nobody knows shit about Gordon's fucking snow machine, alright? No one. Fucking no one.
I'm not even convinced it exists.
No, because that shit probably got trashed on the way to Toronto.
Yeah, probably.
I so want to see the ruler reference images, or just any images of it, really, concept art.
They probably
Just anything that shows what it looks like.
You need to get on the horn with Robert Gauldgaliers and ask him what the fuck was the deal with the snow machine.
Or like, shit, who else was it? Chris Lloyd, I think.
Yeah,
Not the actor.
that guy. I think.
Guy who made Fat Controller's car for Series
Yeah.
5, along with other stuff. Chris Lloyd, I bet would probably know something, maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. What the fuck was I
I-
talking about
as a-
before? I had something to say and now I forgot.
I don't remember.
You started getting really heated about Hank, and then everything kind of went a bit crazy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've just thought, actually, the HO figure packs, if they do more of them, who will they make next?
Miss Jenny.
Yeah, Miss Jenny definitely. I feel like there's room for like an important people on Sodor pack, so like
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see the mayor.
yeah,
That'd
like
be cool.
the Earl, the mayor of Sodor, Audrey. I think also
I want a HO scale figure of Teddy Boston. That sounds
that would
fucking
be
awesome.
fucking
Yeah!
amazing.
They could probably make 2 with how many there are, because there's like them, Lord Callan, the Duke and Duchess.
Oh yeah, Duke and
Foxford.
Duchess, Lord Callum. I think there's also potential for just a pack of passengers, just generic passengers, because there's a lot of those in the show.
Yeah.
You know, you get the grumpy passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah,
Make a pack of 6 different poses for Sir Robert Normandy.
yes,
You make him dab.
yes.
Okay, wait, hang on.
Also, Ruth.
So this is
Sir Robert
this is
Normandy.
mainly because I don't remember the promo picture for the Northwestern Staff pack. Are we getting the Walsworth Station Master?
I don't know. All we know is that there's an image of just one guy.
Oh. Okay, but Walsworth Station Master is like one of my favorite minor characters.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great.
Oh?
Just he hates James.
Oh!
He hates him.
Yep.
Oh, yes! Yes, he does
They
hate
specifically put him in the somebody has to be the favourite in Journey Beyond Sodor, despite it not even happening at Wellsworth.
So
They
good.
just have him there nodding disapprovingly at
It's
James.
so good.
It's great.
But yeah, I guess that's everything. That's Bachmann 2023 catalog. So what are our final
Yay.
thoughts?
I think the trains are cool.
I
I
do.
think the trains are cool.
I hope they make
Tell you
more
what,
cool
though.
trains in N scale, and we get to keep winning Fat Stacks in Vegas.
You're not allowed in Vegas anymore.
Oh fuck, I've just
not?
remembered something I was going to
Oh,
predict.
what is it?
But I forgot. It was a fucking... I don't know how likely this is, but at some point I get the impression they might make like a starter line that's like HO scale but with the egg trains, but without moving.
I don't
Nice.
know if we'll see
I
that.
don't
Tell you what.
know.
That feels like a bit.
I don't.
That feels like a bit too much of a new,
I think
like a new thing for them to.
honestly, I think they might not do it just because I don't think there's any way for them to make them like a feasibly cheap starter line, because like that's already kind of what the Thomas line is. If they did it with egg, it'd just be competing with itself.
That's the thing. I feel like they could kind of get away with it in egg because they all use they all use like the same wheel design and that kind of stuff. And I imagine this line wouldn't have like a moving iMech or anything. I feel like it would be the early engineers of Bachmann.
I don't know.
That's
Bachmann
the thing, though.
tried
I
to
don't
do
know if
some kind of early
engineers, but for
engineers type
Bachmann
thing
actually
once.
makes sense.
They tried to do like these little plastic motorized trains that you could like put on actual HO track, and that did not end up doing that well. I think because it got discontinued after a couple of years. So I don't know if they do the same thing but with egg.
I don't know. Maybe cut this bit out.
No, we'll keep it
Yeah.
in. It's a fair enough assumption.
Yeah.
I mean, my guess was more that they just make like the really small engines and that's it. So it's like
So like Thomas,
Thomas,
Percy,
Percy.
Kana.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't make like. Maybe they'd make James, but I don't feel like they make any of the big engines.
Yeah.
Just because it would be.
It'd probably be a bit of a nightmare logistically, just because like they're so big.
Has James
in
said
comparison.
Has James said anything in Go other than "Hello Thomas, hello Percy" yet?
I think
I
he
don't think
screamed
so.
a couple times.
Well, that's good.
That's
I
good.
saw a clip
Put
of
the
him
fear of God in
screaming
him.
about like a dragon or some shit, and he did say words during that, if I remember correctly, that
I'm
weren't
proud of
"Hello
him.
Thomas" or "Hello Percy." So there you
He's
are.
making progress.
Yeah.
Tell you one thing, right? We've been more talking about the Bachmann US side of things, obviously, than Bachmann Europe side of things. But let me tell you a little something. I think that the that jacket spud van that they're doing in 00 scale, that Bachmann Europe are rather doing, that's pretty fresh.
That is pretty cool. I was kind of looking
so-
forward to like the spring announcements for N Scale, just because I was hoping there'd be something cool to talk about instead of just the Bachmann USA Thomas stuff. But the stuff they announced in UK is just new liveries of existing stuff, which is a bit sad. I'm hoping that in the summer they'll like announce a new Steam thing, because that'd be cool. But yeah,
I just thought actually, final prediction. Bradford and the LMS break fans.
oh yeah,
Oh,
they'll
that's
definitely do
fun.
Bradford at some point. Because like they have a tool,
Yeah,
they have a tool
'cause
for
they've
it in HO, 00 rather. They could just do that, like
Yeah.
Toad.
It'd be another character.
Yeah.
See, now this is the thing. What are we gonna get in Bachmann UK next for the Thomas range?
I feel like y'all will probably. I feel like Diesel, Oliver, and Duck are pretty likely next. Also, maybe Emily.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
tracks.
Just because, like, Duck and Oliver are
That's
two
what
of the
we
most
haven't got
popular
Emily yet,
characters in
honestly.
general in Bachmann.
Don't we have Emily? I thought we had Emily.
Well, y'all don't have
No,
Emily.
we-
You have 1 through
the o-
7.
The only... Yeah, we have 1 through 7, Annie, Clarabelle, Henrietta, Toad, Troubles on Truck 1 and 2, the Red coaches, Gordon's coaches, and 3 tankers.
Don't forget Bertie and Harold.
Yeah,
True.
I guess Emily, Duck, Oliver, and probably Grumpy Diesel.
Yeah, probably they'll probably just get Grumpy Diesel and call it Diesel.
Yeah. At this point, I'm amazed they haven't just cancelled Happy
Yeah,
Diesel.
honestly,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I guess they must just like haven't reached the point where it hurts to sell. Like they haven't reached the point where it's unprofitable to keep making it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it. It's been a podcast.
We did
Yeah.
it!
Fun.
It's always fun.
Yeah. It'll be fun to do this in the future once we figure it out where the fuck the show's going next. Hopefully that'll be before NMRA 2023. We'll see.
We shall
We'll
see.
probably even if the show's not back by then, we'll probably do another roundtable.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, because like this is fun, you know?
Yeah, I enjoyed this.
Yeah. Did you enjoy yourself,
And you
Ross?
two are invited as well.
Wow.
Hip, hip. Hooray, hooray, hooray.
I just heard something slam. I got processed before we started talking again. I just like, duh. Hip hip hooray hooray.
I thought Ross got shot in his head.
Oh no! Oh my god.
Hip hip hooray hooray hooray.
So anyway, thank you for listening to Bachmann Roundtable. We hope you've had fun listening to the show. If you want more insanity from us, come join our Discord server. Follow us on Twitter and shit.
Please don't send us friend requests.
Yeah,
Please stop. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're all
it's
really
nothing.
nice.
It's nothing
Where is
personal.
the
I am
friend
just
request?
picky. and want to like. I don't want to befriend random people. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.